You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the December 11th, 2024 meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff Merit Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the December 11th, 2024 meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Merit Board. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Following that, if we can have a moment of silence for Indiana State Trooper, Master Trooper Jeff Council, who passed away recently. Jeff served 30 years with the state police, and prior to that, he worked in our jail, so we could do that. Jim, if you would, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Just for the record, Laura Francisconi is not present. She had called, said she would not be present. Ms. Mock is not here. I didn't hear anything. The sheriff said he hadn't heard anything, so hope she's okay in her travels coming over this morning, or maybe just finding parking problems again. So we don't know. So hopefully she'll show up. But either way, we have a quorum, so we can proceed. Did everyone receive a copy of the minutes from last month's meeting? If you did, are there any corrections? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve as submitted?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, to have a second.
Second.
Have a motion, a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. I think that's about it. Sheriff, how are you this morning?
Well, this morning, thank you.
It's a little chilly, but nothing until tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow, but it's supposed to warm back up by the end of the week,
Oh, good.
back into the 40s. So
Good. Just hopefully everybody's got their coffee mugs all warmed up and at hand's length, and
present and accounted
yeah,
for.
there we go. So
Well, good morning and thank you. I want to take an opportunity to thank you for that moment of silence for Master Trooper Jeff Council, 30-plus year veteran with the state police. LaPorte County resident. If you always know Jeff, he always had a smile on his face. Never seen him in a bad mood, and he had been dealt with some health problems previously in his career that he always just took in stride, and unfortunately developed another illness that he was unable to just pass. But Jeff's son Kevin is also a state trooper as well, and they were able to work together for the last couple of years, so that's nice. And Kevin is also a resident of LaPorte County as well too. And prior to his career at state police, Jeff did work in our jail a short time before he embarked on his career with state police. So he's got some LaPorte County ties for sure. Our calls for service between October and November decreased. This doesn't come to a surprise, as our calls always decrease this time of year, the cold. People have a tendency to stay indoors more and not get caught up in the outside activities. Our total calls for service between the 2 months decreased 17%, from 2,292 calls to 1,895 calls. Our crash reports, however, increased 18%, from 109 to 129. Our traffic stops decreased 20%, from 832 to 669. I am willing to bet next month's meeting we're going to see a significant increase, because we've been doing a lot of grant enforcement lately for traffic for the month of December, just in preparation for the holidays, safe travel, stuff like that. Our car deer crashes increased significantly again as well, 13%, from 56 to 63. And year to date, our calls for service still remain below last year's by 9%. In 2023, year to date, we took 26,199 calls. So far this year, we've taken 23,814 calls for service. To Deputy Daniel Diaz graduated from the Northern Indiana Law Enforcement Academy on Friday, November 15th. The graduation was held at the chapel at Valparaiso University. We're excited to have him back, and he has begun his FTO. So we're very excited for that. On Monday, November 18th, Deputy David Grimberg tendered his resignation with the Merit Division with Sheriff's Office. His last day for the Sheriff's Office was on December 2nd. Deputy Grimberg took a job with the University of Notre Dame Police Department. We wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Because of his resignation, Jail Deputy Adam Needles, who was placed on the hiring list after our last hiring process, was offered a position within the merit ranks, to which he accepted. Deputy Needles is currently second on the waiting list for the next NILEA class, which begins in January. So our fingers are crossed. With him being second, we're very confident that he'll get into that next class. Retired Merit Deputy Major Gary Broling has asked to step down from the Sheriff's Pension Board. He had sent me an email within the last month asking to step down. He was a member of the pension board as the retired member of the department. This is just due to him moving to the greater Indianapolis area and not being present for these meetings. He thought it was only fair that he step down and have somebody else who could be on site for these meetings. I reached out to retired Sergeant Steve Listinsky. If you remember when Steve was a member of the department as a merit officer, he took an active participation in the Merit Pension Board. I asked if he would like to take that retired positions, to which he accepted. So he will replace Gary Broling on the pension board as the retired member of the department. We did have a pension board vote today. Captain Andy Heineck's tenure is up at the end of the year. There were 3 candidates vying for that position, and they were Captain Andy Heineck, Captain Brian Pergalski, and Detective Jake Coach. We do have the vote totals here. In first place was Captain Andy Heineck with 13 votes. Second place was Detective Jake Coach with 12 votes. And third place was Captain Brian Pergalski with 2 votes. So Captain Heineck will retain his position on the board for the pension board. As a reminder, the 61st Sheriff's Office Annual Children Christmas Show will take place Saturday, December 14th. This will be held in the auditorium at Kessling Middle School. Doors open at 9 a.m. with the show beginning at 10 a.m. with magician Matt Kalita. The entrance to the auditorium is on the back side or the south side of Kessling School if anybody's interested in showing up Saturday morning for that program. Matt Kalita puts on about a 45-minute magic show for the kids, and then after that all the kids will get to see Santa and get a present with Santa and some goodies to go home with. It's a wonderful morning, couple hours to see the kids. The kids absolutely love the magic show, which Matt Kalita kind of gears toward the kids, but it's fun. It's just a fun morning to be out there to see the show and the kids react to his magic show. So. Also, as a reminder, the annual Sheriff's Office Awards Banquet and Holiday Party will be on Saturday, January 25th. And again, it'll be at the Silver Palace in LaPorte. I do have attached to this agenda today the 2025 Merit Board meeting dates along with the Pension Board dates. They're attached. They will remain the second Wednesday of the month, as we always do at 9 a.m. same location, if you guys would like to approve those today.
Has everyone had an opportunity to look quickly at the dates for 2025? Are there any conflicts? I think they're pretty consistent with what we've run. Can I have a motion to approve the 2025 Merit Board meetings and the Merit Pension Board meetings as listed?
Motion.
Have a motion, to have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor signify by aye. Opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you. I also, next item on the agenda, I also have the 2025 Dilton Associate contract that will need to be approved. They are pension advisors. This is just a yearly, kind of more of a housekeeping item. Their fee for their services has remained the same. There will be no increase for the cost. If I could also get an approval from the board.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sheriff. Okay, I have before me the contract for Dilts and Associates for the 2025 period. For those of you who don't know, Chris Dilts and Associates has been kind of the guardian of the pension for, I think, since the inception of the pension board. And they have just done a phenomenal job. As the sheriff mentioned, his fees have remained the same. That will come out of the pension fund. It does not come out.
There'll
from
be
the
no cost
taxpayer.
to the taxpayers for this.
So, and the way this works is it has to be approved by the merit board, and then by the sheriff, and then by the commissioners.
Commissioners, correct.
So, as I said, I've looked this over. It looks to be in same as it's been in the past. So, do I have a motion to approve it and pay it?
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. And I just want to go on record to thank Chris and the company for doing what they've done. I know at our last meeting, it was kind of nice to see Chris put the figures before us that when he started taking the overseeing the pension, I believe at that point there was about 22 million in the account. And as of our last pension meeting 2 months ago, it was at 44, so it's doubled.
It's at 46.
46.
Yeah, we're pushing close to 50 million now.
Okay, so there we go. So, not saying it's all up to Chris, but Chris kind of holds the bank, who handles our, the investments in that. He holds them real close to the fire to make sure that they're within the guidelines that the pension board has sent up. And again, the gentlemen are out in the audience, and the sheriff and Jim and John. This is for you. You know, the pension board that's your baby, and we just want to make sure that it's taken care of. And so Chris Dilts does a great job of that.
Really does a good job of making sure we get the most bang for our buck.
Absolutely.
Did you take a vote on that?
Yes, it passed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I do have one last item that came onto my desk after the fact, after I had put the agenda out, and it's a kind of a feel-good moment here. Received notice from the Cop Cycling bike ride program that goes throughout the state that they made a very nice donation to the Neil Thompson Scholarship Memorial Fund in the amount of $1,750. So that's very nice. I just thought you'd like to hear that as well too. So our next month's meeting will be Wednesday, January 8th. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And you also see that the Warrant Division, Detective Bureau, and the jail monthly reports are attached.
Thank you very much, Sheriff. Are there any comments from the floor? Comments from the floor? No comments from the floor? Huh, interesting. Okay. John, have any comments?
I don't have any today.
Ms. Mock?
Yeah, I think you. I'm sorry I was late, but like always, you all send a train right across there where I had to stop for it.
Oh, we're glad you made it. Thank you. Jim? Okay. I guess I'm pretty happy with the way the year has gone. I want to thank the sheriff and everybody and for getting us through the 2024 year basically unscathed. It really is nice to know that we had a candidate waiting in the wings, so to speak, to take the spot of a kind of an unexpected departure from the merit board, or from the merit position. But yet, it's nice. I hope they can get him in next month. That would be just a blessing. So,
I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to get him into that
Good.
great next academy class.
Good, that will definitely help. As much as I hated to see Deputy Grimberg leave, at least he went to a good university so he can continue his education for his family members. And I'm sorry that IU drew what they did on the 20th, but that's just the
Speaking
way
of that, Mr. Kimmel, I understand that you're splurging for tickets for the Notre Dame IU game next week.
No, I couldn't afford it. The merit board, pay has not gone up since I've been on the merit board. So if you'd like to donate one, I would be more than happy to go though, sir. And, but be watching it from the comfort of my couch well, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure you'll be there with Captain Heineck and your crimson and white. And,
Only if he's buying.
oh, Andy's got all kinds of money. Hell, he leaves coffee mugs all over the place for the Easter Bunny to find, and so. But I also want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and safe travels if you're going any place, and hope everyone enjoys it. So, hearing nothing else, I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to have a second.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Meeting adjourned at 9:19 a.m.